Hello friends and welcome to my channel. I am so excited to show you the finished result of our pool renovation. And I don't have much footage of the pool from before, so let's just jump right into it. We bought this house last year. We've been here almost a year now, and one of the first things we needed to do was to fix this pool. It actually was leaking. There is a giant crack that was caused by some queen palms that were too close to the pool. And it has a really pretty blue tile that it came with, but the plaster was just in really bad shape. Like I said, besides the structural damage to the pool, it also had a lot of cosmetic damage like stains, black algae, which is really hard to get rid of, and just basic wear and tear. We think the pool is 30 to 40 years old. So it definitely just needed some love and attention. And so we started by ripping out the palm trees that were close to the pool. Sadly, I'd hate to cut down palm trees or any trees for that matter, but it was recommended to us by the inspector to cut out 3 of them. So we had a company come out and remove those sometime last year, and then we got into the process of repairing the crack. Into the sun. In war, there's never an option So you might notice the concrete around the skimmer is there in some of these shots and demoed in others. And we did have to demo the concrete in this area because we had to replace the skimmer. First of all, it was cracked from the tree. And also we needed to remove a bunch of the roots that were underneath the concrete so that we could fix the electrical that was damaged from the tree roots. We did have to build out a whole other conduit and into another box that's out near the pool, and then have that wired over to the main electrical box with the pool equipment. Again, this is because of the damage caused by the roots. And then also we have the back wall and the back fence. The tree also damaged that, and so basically our yard started slipping down into the green belt, and has caused the concrete on the back end of the yard to break away from the coping of the pool. And so eventually we will need to demo more of that concrete and have it re-poured. So basically, to fix the crack, they demoed the plaster from that area that we knew was cracked, and they drilled it out smoothly, kind of like a cavity, like when you go to the dentist and get your cavity drilled out, and then they fill it. So they used torque lock concrete staples and then filled it with, I think it was concrete, I'm not sure exactly, like I said, but they did fill it in. And then we had the contractor demo the entire pool, and there were some other spots that were damaged by the tree that we needed to be fixed. And then we had to wait for the pool to settle, because when you staple it, it keeps moving away from, like, think of, like, I picture the Titanic, how it's like splitting apart, and it gets to the point where it finally hits where those staples are locking it into place and it can't move apart anymore. So we were instructed to let the pool sit for around a month. We waited before putting the surface on because we didn't want any cracks in a brand new Pebble Tech. And at this point we were ready to pick our materials. And we went with a really nice natural color scheme. We went with a lighter color for the water tile. We thought that would help with any calcium deposits and just make it less noticeable and easier to keep looking clean. And we went with a natural stone ledger for the area and the surround that goes higher than the water line. It goes about 1.5 feet higher on one side of the pool and up to the spa as well. And we're just so happy with the way it came out. Our pool contractor did not help with any of the design. Like, he just said, here are your options, pick what you want. And so it's kind of overwhelming and you don't know what's gonna look good, but I recommend making like an inspiration board, finding images of the materials you want to use and putting them together next to each other side by side to see how everything looks. But the ceramic tile on the water line is a 6 by 6 inch and it is in the color fennel, and the ledger is a natural stone ledger in the color natural amber. We did plan on using the ceramic tile on the top coping area from the spa to the pool, but the guy who was doing the tile, he recommended not doing that. He said it wouldn't look right, it would look a little jagged and messy, and his recommendation was to go out and find some flagstone that would match for this area specifically. So I went out that day to a landscaping material company slash store that's in town, and they had a bunch of different flagstone that I got to look through, and I decided on this color. It was called silver something, maybe just silver stone. It has a little bit of some green, tones to it, and as well as the natural ledger. The natural ledger also has some green tones in it. And we decided on the color, what's it called? Silver smoke for the grout. And we are just so happy with how everything turned out. We really like the colors and how they look together, and how it just looks like very natural. Like I said, it looks like, it's not a natural pool, but it looks like it's not sticking out and not totally ostentatious. It just is very tasteful in my opinion. And we decided to do a micro pebble for the surface. We were originally talking about plaster, but they said that that is a little outdated. It doesn't last as long as the pebble. And so after much deliberation, we decided to go with the color aqua blue for the pebble tech, and that was manufactured by NPT. This process in March of repairing the crack, and finally in August we were ready to get the pebble tech put in. So it was a 6-month long project, just with waiting for the pool to settle, waiting for materials to come in because there are supply issues and other things that caused the project to be held up. But eventually we got the pebble tech in and we were ready to get it surfaced. And we originally wanted to go with the color Tropics Blue. It has some really pretty abalone shells in it that made it sparkle and just look so beautiful. But because we had some upgrades with the lights, the ledger was an upgrade, and we decided to get the equipment automated, we decided to just go with the standard basic pebble tech, and that's when we decided on aqua blue. And originally I actually thought I would want a darker finish because I wanted the pool to get some heat, from the sun. They say that like the darker finishes will heat the pool a bit, but it was recommended to us that even though those dark colors can make your pool warmer, they also make for a really warm environment for algae to grow. And so while you might save money on heating your pool, you will spend more money on chemicals to keep it clean. And we were told also that like natural sand colored pebble tech, or even like a slightly green or gray toned pebble tech, they look really natural and pretty. If you have even the slightest bit of algae, they will look really green. So for that reason, we decided to go right in the middle with a nice bright blue color, and our pool contractor said it's actually his favorite finish, and it really did turn out beautifully. And then finally it was fill day and we were ready to start working on finishing the lights and electrical. Well, actually they put the lights in first and then we were able to fill it. But then we noticed that one of the conduits was leaking in that area where we had to pull the roots out, and so they needed more of the roots taken out. And at that point we had some landscapers come out to dig those up, and they actually hit a line on the pool and caused a huge leak. Half the pool drained. This was the week after we had finished it. And so that was really frustrating and discouraging. We couldn't turn on the filter for a week, and it was just really frustrating, but they ended up fixing it and we were back on track. So again, do not put palm trees near your pool. This has just been a major headache. So finally we got the lights finished, and we decided to do a LED color changing light in the pool and spa to keep things fun, and I just love the way they look at night. You can change many colors, or you can have them rotate themselves. And we also decided to fully automate the pool, so chemical levels, lights, and equipment can all be automated and controlled from an app on our phones. You can't control the chemical level, but you can view, and diagnose any issues. And as I mentioned, we're still finishing up on some of the landscaping, and eventually we'll also buy a new main panel for the electrical, but we can swim, and I am looking forward to making so many memories in our backyard. After they finished the pebble tech, they had someone come out and do an acid wash, and then finally it was fill day, and it took about 24 hours for it to fully fill up. And my guess is that the pool is 26 to 28,000 gallons in total. The deepest part, it's kind of like a volleyball pool where the deep part is in the middle, and then it gets shallow more on the separate ends. But the deepest part is about 5 feet. It is such a relief for this pool renovation to be complete. We are in love with the way it came out, and I am super interested to hear what you guys think as well. So let me know down below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!